Hello and welcome to Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 4. I'm Sandeep Srikanth and our campus round today comes to you from ISB Hyderabad, the youngest institute participating in Lime. It's just 11 years old, but ISB with its incisive one-year MBA program features high on global B-School rankings and is amongst the most sought-after management schools for working professionals in India. But ISB has had a weak track record where Lime is concerned. Its position at the end of the semi-final stage has dropped year on year, from 7th in the first season to 8th in Season 2 and down to 10th place in Line 3. But the good news is the ISBites are even more motivated this time around. In fact, the maximum entries for Line this season have come in from ISB Hyderabad, and you can expect the teams to pull out all the stops to better their institute's performance this year. The case for ISB Hyderabad comes from Talwalkar's Better Value Health and Fitness, one of India's oldest and largest fitness companies. In fact, in 2010, Talwalkar's became the first fitness company to list on India's stock exchanges. Take a look at the case. With 128 centers across 68 cities offering services from gyms and spas to aerobics and health counseling, Talwalkar's has an active base of 125,000 members. The 80-year-old brand enjoys market leadership with 10% share of the organized fitness industry and has been in expansion mode, covering cities as diverse as Ghaziabad, Indore, Bareilly, Trichy and Trivandrum over the past year. It is now promoting non-gym-based fitness alternatives such as Zumba, a dance fitness program, and a 20-minute-a-week fitness solution using electromuscular stimulus technology. It's also launched a diet-based weight loss program called Reduce. Talwalkar's now wants to use new solutions and technologies such as these to expand its brand and wants some ideas from the teams from ISB.
Well, I think this MBA students should be able to demonstrate ability to, one, think about the business, two, deliver an innovative solution, and three, ensure that ideas without execution is not always a good thing. You have to execute your ideas and make them business feasible.
So what the teams need to do is identify new areas of growth to increase penetration and share of the Talwalkar's brand, create a product development and marketing strategy that is low on capital investment, help Talwalkar's increase its consumer base and consolidate its leadership position, and suggest a media strategy to achieve all this. I'm sure the teams are going to really relate to this case. After all, health and fitness is a key aspect of life here at ISB. They have a state-of-the-art gymnasium, a basketball court, and this beautiful swimming pool complex. And now, let's meet the teams who will take up the Talwalkar's challenge. Team Wizard has been hard at work on the case, experiencing the services at Talwalkar's in Hyderabad firsthand. Shreyas used to be a banker, handling financing for power projects. Neetika, who comes from the ad industry, has spent 7 years at the agency Leo Burnett and now wants to be a marketer. And Ankur has a background in applied mathematics and pharma research. They have a combined work experience of 12 years, but a case from the fitness industry is a new kind of challenge.
We visited Talwalkar outlets. We also spoke to other gyms and other health practitioners, and we figured what is this key need that's driving the demand in this industry, and our solution is going to be based on that demand identification and a solution for that. The key consumer insight that we discovered was the fact that the definition of fitness itself is changing. Consumer is no longer looking for just pure physical fitness, but they're looking for complete health and well-being. So it's not just how toned my body is or how much weight do I have, but how do I feel from inside.
The other team calls itself Paradigm Changing Innovators. Ravi, Isha and Ritu joined a Zumba class to put themselves in the shoes of the consumer, and their groundwork included focus group studies, online surveys and visits to competitors. To arrive at their case solution, they first identified the factors that keep consumers away from a gym.
So the most important things that we found out was what is it that people look for in a gym, what is it that they don't like about a gym. So the main things that we found out was things like distance of a person's home or workplace from the gym, or the kinds of activities which are conducted at the gym which do not get them bored are the kinds of things that motivate people to come to the gym and the kind of factors they would look at.
Both teams really getting a good workout there, but their marathon has only just begun. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have their presentations.
How is it different from what we are doing at this point in time?
Investment required would be very minimal.
Would it put them off?
I won't go to a gym to get health-related solutions.
Talwalkar's is the Indian brand finding Indian solutions.
Welcome back back. You're watching Lessons in Marketing Excellence Season 4, and our campus round today is at ISB Hyderabad, where two teams are ready with their presentations on a challenge from Talwalkars. On our jury tonight are Kedar Lele, GM East for Hindustan Unilever, Nitin Shakhtar, Vice President Marketing at Talwalkars, and Anuradha Sengupta from CNBC TV18. Our first team to make their presentations are paradigm-changing innovators. Guys, if you're ready, you'll have 3 minutes to make your presentation, and your time starts now.
How does a brand that is a household name increase revenue without much capital expenditure? We address this problem in 2 ways. We built a lifestyle disease model, which we believe Talwalkars is specifically positioned to address. We will use diabetes today only to illustrate the potential and capability of this model. In the second approach, we sought to increase the utilization of Talwalkars' existing gym facilities. We identified the lean period during our visits to be between 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. where utilization is low, and we identified a segment for whom this is an ideal time: young stay-at-home mothers. After secondary research, we did some primary research involving surveys, focus group discussions, and interviews. Our surveys clearly indicate that the diabetic segment is much less sensitive to the 2 main reasons people dislike and quit gyms: lack of time and boredom. We also found that the 95% of the diabetic population already uses some form of exercise to manage their condition. We also learned that they have extreme interest in a new product feature which we'll be proposing going forward, which is diabetic-specific exercise regimes. 68% of the diabetic population already were aware of Talwalkars. In our focus groups with mom, we realized there are 5 types of mothers, and we clearly and profitably can target only 3 of these: the striver, the seeker, and the realist. We have substantial family income, have a strong desire to look and feel good, partly based on their previous experience and partly based on aspirational factors. Our product strategy for diabetic patients comes down to 2. Firstly, a research-backed diabetic training regime which has been researched abroad, which shows a reduction of 15 to 20% decrease in heart attack and stroke risk, and a 25 to 40% lower risk of diabetic-related eye and kidney disease. Our second product strategy is to have summits in Talwalkar gyms in non-metro locations, where doctors from metro locations will visit and provide expert service to customers at non-metro locations. This will firmly cement in the mind of consumers at non-metro locations Talwalkars as an ally in their struggle against lifestyle diseases. Our approach to creating a product for young mothers came down to a very interesting focus group, and we learned, and I will never forget this quote, and I'm quoting, "I wouldn't want to be surrounded in the gym by pretty young things. I want fat moms like me." We took this to heart, and we decided to create a young mom-friendly environment between 12 to 5 p.m. We started with an idea of young mom-only Zumba and Arabic classes backed up by creche facilities, which will be local tie-ups. We further augmented this environment by creating women trainers whom our focus group people told us will be extremely comfortable working with between 12 to 5 p.m. What this will do is perpetuate in the mind of young mothers Talwalkars as a young mother's destination between 12 and 5 p.m. Our secret sauce building all this together is a lifestyle disease model which will have higher trial rates than normal, higher conversion rates than normal, higher retention rates than normal, and higher repeat rates than normal. Our very, very conservative estimates in this business locations in Talwalkar cities shows that we will make 105 crores in the 5th year under the diabetics model and 46 crores for the young mothers model. Our executive strategy will come down to diabetic summits and special healthcare insurance providing bundles which will have lowered health insurance and gym memberships. And most importantly, for mothers, we will have a tie-ups with K cereals where specifically, may I continue?
Yeah, go on.
Where Saas will tell her Bahu, why don't you go gym, and we will then show Talwalkars. We believe that Talwalkars can increase revenues by helping young mothers become and stay stylish and by fighting India's lifestyle diseases. Thank you.
I had seen fairly good market segmentation in terms of how you analyze the consumers in terms of a diabetic segment and a young woman segment. What is the product that you will bring to the market? What is the brand that you will bring to the market?
Product which we'll bring is a specific regime which we've seen in peer-reviewed research papers, which is a combination of weight training and aerobic and cardio exercises, which have been shown to reduce all these risks which I've just spoken to you about.
How is it different from what we are doing at this point in time?
We know that Talwalkars is already doing a lot in terms of promotion, which is working very well for the brand. But what we felt that we could bring in terms of value is have a very consumer-focused, a particular consumer segment-focused plan.
One thing that I would like to mention here is when we went for our interviews with Talwalkar, we asked them, do you offer any diabetic-specific plans, or do you get customers who suffer from these diseases? They say that yes, we do get customers. They ask for personalized trainings, but we do not offer any specific programs that are focused to those customer groups.
Okay.
So these projections you all have made for these 2 types of people, or these 2 kinds of new offerings that Talwalkars will have, the lifestyle disease model will give you more money.
Right.
So if Nitin had to pick between these two because he couldn't do both, which one would you recommend?
The lifestyle disease model, because we're just getting started with diabetes and you can just expand to cardiovascular and other lifestyle diseases model.
If you're saying that Talwalkar is going to offer solutions to people with lifestyle diseases, isn't there a big investment he'd have to make? I won't go to a gym to get health-related solutions.
Correct.
How do you overcome that, and what kind of investment do you think that would require?
So what we are trying to do as part of this specialized program, and which Ravi I think quickly mentioned during his presentation, was also bring in healthcare specialists, doctors, nutritionists from time to time who provide that expert advice, which would not require a lot of investment. These are specialized awareness camps that we would hold from time to time. What you would need to do in terms of a product is just to have a customized plan for these lifestyle conditions. So it would not require a lot of investment from what Talwalkar is already investing in its products and plans to form something new. So the investment required would be very minimal.
Okay, got it.
There's a choice of positioning that you have to do here. The point I'm making is, why do people go to gym? To look good, feel good, get more confidence. Yeah. With this route that you're recommending, wouldn't it become a healthcare solution approach, and which will keep away healthy guys who are coming to Talwalkar today to look better? Would it put them off, saying ye to bimaron ki jagah hai?
So diabetic people are physically not different than us. So when I tell them that we're using the exact same exercise equipment to solve two problems, whether I'm obese, just a healthy, good-looking guy, or thirdly, a diabetic patient, you don't really think the person next to me is diabetic and hence am I in the right place. We believe that the positioning is to position Talwalkar, which is an extremely nimble Indian brand, as a person who is, as an Indian brand, can identify Indian requirements, which currently is a huge lifestyle disease problem. So the guy who has no such diseases will realize that Talwalkar is the Indian brand finding Indian solutions, and he will not look at it as a Bimaru brand.
Okay, thanks.
Good.
Thank you.
Well done, Isha, Ritu and Ravi. Can we have you off stage, please? We're going to take a quick commercial break, but coming up on the other side is the presentation from Team Wizards.
They make poor lifestyle choices, like smoking, drinking, binging.
It costs a lot of money to advertise on TV, I've just found out.
And I don't think there's any revenue dilution because of this.
How will you deliver this program?
You're watching Season 4 of Lessons in Marketing Excellence, and tonight our campus round is coming to you from ISB Hyderabad. Our second team, Team Wizards, are ready with their presentation for Talwalkar's. Guys, you'll have 3 minutes to present, and your time starts now.
Your brief to us was to identify key areas of growth to increase penetration of health and fitness for Talwalkars in India. Our research led us to the following findings: category insights that were untapped, consumer insights that were unmet, and client equity that could be leveraged for competitive advantage. Fitness industry is graduating towards a greater well-being. From Salman's six-pack abs to Karina's size 0, the new fitness inspiration comes from Yuvraj Singh. Consumer wants health. Fitness is now being evaluated on degree of health and well-being. There is a huge change in the urban lifestyle. Work-life balance, competition, and odd hours result in stress. And when consumers are stressed, they make poor lifestyle choices, like smoking, drinking, binging, and lounging, to name a few. These choices lead to declining health and wellness. There is an emerging consumer group who's seeking help for healthier lifestyle and well-being, and they want someone to help manage their stressful lives. Are there any existing solutions? No. Are they targeted at the right consumer? No. Is there competition in this space? No. Does this mean that there is an opportunity? Yes. There is a huge chasm between what is currently on offer versus what is needed. This creates an opportunity for Talwalkars to lead change and find a smarter way of addressing the need to well-being. While all others are fighting for the share of the same pie, Talwalkars can change the game and own the fourth quadrant of emotional relevance and total well-being. They can reconnect with the consumers and play a bigger role in their lives. We believe that everything Talwalkar does from now on should reciprocate this brand promise of total well-being. So what do we recommend? We recommend Talwalkars launches a customized lifestyle management program as a first step towards owning this space. This program would be targeted at stressed corporate professionals, working women, businessmen, housewives, and even young adults in urban cities at about 6,000 to 8,000 rupees for a 3-month subscription. What can Talwalkars offer all of them? A forward-looking series of programs such as stress management, depression management, addiction management, based on their needs within the overarching customized lifestyle management program. For instance, let's look at the stress management program in detail. It will offer a package of services such as life counseling, natural therapy, Reiki sessions, and introduction of support groups. Together, these services will constitute a smarter solution, a solution that helps them reclaim their lives back, a solution that helps them be stress-free just like a child. Our media plan will take our consumers from being aware to starting conversations with our brand. And with use of effective communication across media, such as television, outdoor and digital, we can consolidate Talwalkar's position of being the market leader, all with an investment of around 2 crores. Thank you.
I thought that you had a lovely insight which we have not tapped before, which is the whole concept of about stress. I would still like to stress on the fact that what is your mode of delivery going to be? How will you deliver this program?
As we said, the program could be a series of programs such as we start with stress management and we move on to addiction management and depression management. Within the stress management, we'll start offering services like there is a life counselor available at all centers at Talwalkar's for counseling. There'll be a monthly package that will be created for people to come and refer to the counselor. Basis their lifestyle needs, the counselor will create a customized program. This will include outdoor services. We'll take the gym outside and the workout outside in the form of nature space. We'll also introduce Reiki, which is a form of natural healing, which creates self-awareness and motivation to want to change your life and bring about a change. And also things like support groups, which are not currently available in India, but it's known that collectively it's easier to get over your addictions and your stress rather than as an individual. So once this program is launched, we market it for conversions, get consumers in, and then start creating conversations around achievements of targets from these consumers on digital media to create further mobilization.
So how many new members are you looking at through this initiative over the next, let's say, 2 years? And what is the cost per member that you're looking to realize?
So we are currently, in 2013, we are looking at a membership of 10,600 across all these Talwalkar branches in India. And we are actually looking for a membership fee of 18,000.
So the total revenue over 2 years would be?
In 2013, our revenue would be 19 crores, and it will ramp up to 23 crores in 2015. And we have a PAT of 7 crores in 2013, which will ramp up to 9 crores by 2015.
So tell me, why do you all shy away from creating a brand name? Talwalkar's presents customized lifestyle management program. Really? Is that what you're going to advertise? When you spend those big bucks for those 500 GRPs on Comedy Central, you know, why is it that you would call Talwalkar's presents customized lifestyle management program? Yes. Because you're thinking like a conventional marketer. You know, the previous team didn't talk about television advertising. You're thinking big. It costs a lot of money to advertise on TV. I've just found out.
Okay, so where we came from was the fact that since this will be a kind of a disruptive innovation, we are looking at a new market. We wanted to keep it simple. So understanding lifestyle management.
That's a good save. Just forget it. Okay, now I want to, you know, there's one question, and that is, you know, what you're offering is a bit of counseling and psychological help. You're offering addiction, de-addiction group therapy. I'm guessing you've spoken to lots of Talwalkar's users, members, and other gym members. Are they open to getting these facilities at a gym, which is essentially what Talwalkar's is?
So we spoke to current members of Talwalkar's gym in the competitive gyms. What we realized was the fact that they are currently seeking help. This could be in terms of nicotine patches. It could be help in terms of going to